Hi, it's Craig from TC Helicon. I'm here today at Session Music in Frankfurt. We're showing off VoiceLive Touch 2. Got your first look at it here. And instead of me talking a whole lot about it, I figured let's just make some music together and you can see all the features and we'll talk a little bit along the way as we make some tunes. So let's go. I'm going to start off by making a bass line, so let's check this out. So with my voice, I've created this bass line and it's rhythmic, so it's actually tied to a metronome that I'm hearing in my ears right now. I'll give you a little listen. So I've got this kick drum going off, so it times everything out with my rhythmic that I'm doing, makes it all perfect, and the loop is quantized as well, which is really great. So let's move along now. Let's add a little bit of guitar to this thing. Here we go, let's add an extra layer. Nice, now we got a nice arpeggio going on here. I'm gonna add a few chords in here, the song will start building up. Well, compared to VoiceLive Touch 1, which was already really successful for us, a lot of people liked it, the thing we got asked for the most was a screen. The VoiceLive Touch 1 had a little LED display, so people found it a little bit more difficult to edit. So we took the screen that's in VoiceLive Play GTX, put it on here, so now you've got great big words for the presets, the numbers, and when you go into something like editing, you also have really easy to see pictures and pages that you can go through to make all of your adjustments, which is really great. Something other people asked us for was to make looping easier. So we added loop quantization. So as you come to the end of the bar, it will stop or start the loop right on the beat, so that makes it a little easier. You don't have to have skips and jumps as you're performing. And to make that easier, we put a metronome inside as well. So during my demo that you saw there, I had the metronome only going to my headphones. So the audience doesn't hear it, but in my head I have a click track, and so I know exactly where my effects are going to come and all of that. We added the hit button, which is really great. So on VoiceLive Play and GTX, you can take an effect and then add or take away other effects, and we expanded on that with this unit. So you can really easily say, we can make an effect right now. We can say I want delay and reverb during the verse, but I want to have reverb doubling and let's add some harmony during the chorus, and I just push the hit button now and it goes back and forth between those effects. So it's like an A/B for the different parts of your song. And the last thing I think that is one of the most fun things to do is we have the slider effects bar here. So you can, in real time, you can do effects on the slider and you can choose which one that you have. So there's about 10 of them in there that you can choose from, and they're the ones that do sort of the crazy sounds. They're really over the top. Now, of course, we're gonna need a few drums coming in. I'm gonna go and select a separate loop now. So I'm gonna move over and use my second loop. I've got up to 6 loops depending on how much time I'm using. So I'm gonna throw one on here and then I'll have control over the drums later on. Let's give this a go. There we go, nice. We got some drums in there. I'm gonna get some reverb, and I'm gonna do some hi-hats. Perfect. Now let's sing a song you know. See the stone set in your eyes, feel the thorn twist in your side, and I wait without you. Little harmony. Through the storm we reach the shore. You give it all, but I want more, and I wait without you. It is. We designed it so that there's, I would call it multiple levels. So the top level user, somebody who is just brand new to the box, all they have to do is use their finger to pick a preset, they find a sound they like, they use the hit button to turn on and off the effects, to hear different things come and go. They might do some simple looping, so you can do looping just with the very simple loop buttons here. And then they may say, okay, I've used that for a little while, I've found some presets I like, now I want to change the way they sound. So then we go sort of to the next level, which is getting into either the effects or the voices or the looping, and they have a bit of a longer or a larger menu on them. So in effects, they might say, oh, I like the sound of this preset, but I'd like to add doubling. And they just turn it on or off. They assign it to their hit function, and they sort of make a custom preset that way. And then you can go further down, and we get more into the advanced users who would then say, I'd actually like to edit the type of transducer that I'm using, and they'll go into something like this. They'll see the menus and adjust things from there, and then even further can go down into a more VoiceLive 2 style menu where they have things like routing and levels and gates and stuff like that. So we really feel like, although it does go very deep, the very first level is so easy. Now, of course, we should add another guitar feel in here. I'm going to select another new loop. We're going to put some new guitar in. 1, 2, 3. So now we've got a whole new feel. And I'm going to pick a new preset with some doubling. Now you can hear, I can take away these loops. Take away the one part, take away the drums, bring it all back in. So let's sing another song. Do some hard tuning, some doubling. Here we go. On the other side of the street I knew a girl who looked like you. I guess that's deja vu, but I know this can't be true, 'cause she moved to West LA or New York or Santa Fe or anywhere to get away from me. Oh, I swear to you, I'll be there for you. This is not a drive-by. I'm just a shy guy looking for a two-ply. Have to bang the whole night. Now, what's a song without a guitar solo? I think I'm gonna play a little one here, and then I'll do one with my voice. Here we go. Here's the fun part. So you sound funny when you do it into the mic, but it comes out sounding great. Now let's check out a new effect, some rhythmic, and I'm going to use the slider effect bar, which you can do real-time effects in. So we're going to do some rhythmic and some shifting. All with my voice, all in real time. Sure. So I actually made some presets ahead of time, and I put them on the quick buttons here. So these they act like a radio station in your car. You just push and go directly to the preset. So for the introduction, I did a bass line with my voice, and the way I did that was that I used the rhythmic effect. So it's over a chopper, put it right on the beat that I heard in my headphones, and then I used hard tuning to put my voice an octave lower. So then I just what I was singing in the room was just and and the bass bop, 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 bop. Once that was there, then I could start adding more loops to it. In the more sort of singing traditional parts of the songs, I ended up using some delay and some reverb and some harmony, and then partway through I sang a guitar solo with my mouth, and in that one I did transducer and made it distorted, and then with some big delay and reverb it allowed me to just say, you know, I'd go into the mic and go ooh, and it comes out sounding like a high-pitched guitar, which was really fun. And lastly, I used the rhythmic effects, so I had a chopper on there, and then I used the slider effects bar to do a shift, so I had 24 shift in each direction, so 2 octaves, that I could just go like this with my finger and sing a note. I literally said just and what comes out is so it's really easy to do it, and you don't really have to be very precise. You can just have fun. Now let's check out a little bit of this loop stuff here. So I already showed you how you can take away the feel, but I think it'd be kind of fun if we were to maybe filter it a bit. It's a great way to bring your loops in and out. Let's ditch the music and just have the beat. Just the music. Filter it, bring it back in. Add the beat on the way. And then at the end we'll add in the other feel. I'm gonna go back to the graphical representation here so I can see where I am, and I'm gonna do some squeezing. Everything is synced to the metronome. So you're always on time, and with the quantization it really helps to make the loops easier. Let's mess around, maybe reverse some stuff here. Now that'll throw your head for a loop when the chords are all going backwards. Well, I think that shows you a lot of what you've got in the VoiceLive Touch 2. Starts from basic and goes really, really deep, so you can do whatever you want with it. I'm gonna slow things down here on the way out, remove those guitars, and it's gonna sound great. Here we go. Bow. So there you go, session music and overview of VoiceLive Touch 2. I'm so happy to bring it to you, and you've really got to check it out. It's such a great and fun unit. You can do crazy things with your voice.